welcome, wankle, wankle. I don't know what
What is
wankle
that?
is.
What is Wankel?
that is the Dutch saying for when somebody's very, very, very welcome.
Ah, I
That's how
see.
you say wankle, or actually when you're feeling a little bit wankel, like a little bit unsteady. Then that's also
Yeah.
you can also say it. No, actually, it is wankel is not really a Dutch word, Aris, so don't go learning it. So what I do want you to learn is is our names, because you need to know our names now. Actually,
Oh, what's our names?
our names are Angus, Dr. Randomble, and over there we've got.
Aris Ymir
Yeah, you do
Polikopoulos.
get to do your own introduction, man. We're bungling
Yeah.
this up. We're wankling this up, my friend. Or actually,
Yes.
I am mostly just wankling this up. Yes, we're back again, and we are gonna play with the past like a 4-year-old is playing with her birthday presents.
Oh, definitely.
That's a little shout out to my daughter Hannah, who turned 4. Well, she turned 4, man. That's also why I'm a little bit wankle. Is she turned 4 over 3 different days, like kids these days,
Wow.
man. It's like we I don't know. We like she didn't have a birthday. She had a birth weekend. Like like freaking
That's
hell.
the best kind of birthday celebration.
We so the reason for this, of course, is the lovely pandemic that is still raging in the world and all the social distancing measures, and having the luck that we have an extended family,
Mm-hmm.
lots of friends who want to visit. So
Yeah.
we started at Saturday at 10, and we were
Mm-hmm.
done on with all the visitors by Sunday at around 7, and sort of time slots. And then
Yeah.
on Monday was her actual birthday, so that was 3 intense days of birthday. So if I'm seeing
Nice.
if I'm a bit wankle, then that's the reason.
That's okay.
All
It's not
right.
like we're winning this game anyway.
Well, I was saying, man, this is one of
Ah,
those things that we are definitely not winning it with the brain that I have on tonight, because my brain
okay. I'll
is
try. I'll
very
try to keep
wankle.
you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Mm. No, I'm also sun blasted because I've been so I have vacation, meaning I stand in the sun and paint my balcony, and
Mm-hmm.
so it's been interesting times, my friend, for me.
Yes.
And but
Oh,
even more interesting for you, I understand, in many different ways, and maybe we could talk a little bit about that later. But first,
yes.
let's
But
actually
first, let's see what's up.
get into
Let's
uh,
get into defending Paris
yes, yes.
because that's where we left it.
That is
Uh,
where we more than left it. That is where we wankled this whole thing up. Well,
yeah.
actually, that is not. We wankled it up earlier. We're gonna use this now, Aris. This is gonna be our thing.
This is a
Yeah,
catchphrase now.
we're gonna be wankling all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we are gonna be absolutely blasted next turn. So
Absolutely.
I'm just hoping that we will be able to hold out, but and otherwise we are in well, we're in some trouble. Let's put it
Yeah,
like
we're
that.
in. Yeah, not going great. Yeah,
We
in a
are
world of hurt.
not. We are not going great at all. So let me actually double check where you gonna go. I guess maybe over yonder. Okay, I could try, but oh, well, that was that.
That was that. Yeah,
Oof. Yes, we're just. Oh, that is just horrible. Well, we
that
had.
happened a little bit too quickly.
Oh, Aztec State computers. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck it. This is terrible, Aris, because we don't really have any ways of fighting back. So he's just gonna, if he's gonna go on, he's just gonna.
Yeah.
All right. Can't maintain factory because, of course, this is
Why?
what? Why?
Why?
Oh, because
That's
we
a
didn't have
turret.
enough money, and then Paris got captured. So we just actually just.
Lost a bunch of money.
This is wonderful.
This is
Wow.
Babylonian.
This is Babylon even, yeah. So Babylon actually gets to open up their armory, and probably will
Yeah.
go into
Hey, we got the corporation. Look at
the
this.
corporation. All right. The railroads, ironmongers, and other businesses that launched the Industrial Revolution. I thought it was people that did that, but okay, maybe it was
Yeah.
businesses.
No, it's
Grew,
the railroads
it's
themselves.
yes, the railroads were like, hey man, let's do this.
Yeah.
Grew into great enterprises within a generation, far outstripping the resources of a single owner. Wow. The huge
Wait,
capital investments that industrialization required were met in the West by corporations of stockholders that had access to sophisticated banking systems. These large industrial enterprises now dominate world business. Though often considered wasteful, conspiratory, and beyond the law, they are generally efficient and innovative, or they are soon out of business. This is
you
written from
didn't.
you. This is written from the heart of corporate America. This is just
Yeah.
well, I mean, so let's first sort of say like the corporation is not an evil thing by itself, right? It's not like, oh, it's just the worst thing that will ever happen to the like, not necessarily, but
Yeah.
but I, I mean, also, I don't know really. Do we consider corporations to be wasteful, conspiratory, and be well beyond the law? Yes, I think
Beyond the
that's
law, 100%.
100% are beyond any law that you or I have to follow. Like, for example,
Yeah.
paying taxes. That's a law that most corporations of certain sizes at least don't really have to
Yeah.
follow. We're not talking about the smaller corporations basically owned by a family or whatever.
No,
Or
no, we're talking about these corporations that have access to sophisticated banking systems.
yes, exactly. The
Yeah.
sophisticated banking systems. I like the
Yeah.
fact that they call it sophisticated banking systems. There's a lot of euphemism going on here.
There is
Also,
a lot of euphemism. Yeah.
also, it was the frigging Verenigde Oost-Indische Compagnie who had the first stocks, my friend. It had nothing to do with the
Yeah.
railroads. But, whatever. That's Dutch history. Not I'm a bit cranky because of Los Paris, I have to say. Hmm.
Do you want to know what the 640k this is?
I Yes, because I'm interested in what their sort of their mind frame is, and is it like completely on board? Because these are, especially the Roman 6440k a day people are
Yeah.
they like technology basically.
It's a little bit more historically driven, I think.
Okay.
It says prior to the settlement of North America, most collective agreements where investors joined together in a particular venture. What? Joined together in a particular venture were partnerships. There were institutions which were called corporations, yeah, monasteries, universities, town, etc. But there was no concept of ownership being split among the participants. Rather, these institutions simply existed on behalf of the common good. This is not true at all. Anyway, by the time of the settlement of North America, the British Crown had guaranteed the right of groups made of certain privileged merchants to engage in business as one body corporate. Indeed, much of the settlement of North America was supposed to be just such a business venture, but the colonies simply didn't buy into the expectation. In the early portion of the 19th century, the city of New York passed a law that enabled any legitimate business person to incorporate. By the latter part of the century, when the Transcontinental Railroad was being constructed, a tremendous amount of capital was required. So, the corporations involved issued massive amounts of stock. The value of the stock was sent skyrocketing when a Supreme Court case was decided in the railroad's favor because a corporation is entitled to the rights of any person. This decision caused many of the major corporations that are still listed on the New York Stock Exchange to incorporate and issue stock. US Steel, International Harvester, US Rubber, and American Can, to name a few. Then, in order to service this new area of the economy, investment bankers got into the act. That felt a little bit all over the place.
Yeah, the thing is that of course it's all over the place because it is there's not really one good history to be written of the corporation, like one that is not all over the place, because it lends itself from so many
Yeah,
different thingies that and different philosophies and different
yeah,
historical roots, that there's no one good, especially not in this course as tiny as a paragraph as they're doing. But what I find very interesting about this text, the corporation, is that it just is like, they're generally efficient and innovative, or they are soon out of business. This
yeah,
is this is most, so it's very hard sometimes because a lot has changed also in how corporations work
Oh yeah, from 1991 until today, like
today. Yeah, so it's
everything has changed.
and definitely this is the sentiment still, but like, and when we're talking mega corporations like Google or Amazon
Amazon, yeah,
or even the ones that we don't know but are still very very mega, they
yeah,
are not generally efficient,
yeah,
and they are definitely not innovative anymore. In fact, what's happening is that much smaller corporations, or sometimes even just individual, ideas, just get taken up
yeah.
and bought out by these corporations.
Yeah,
So
they're not innovative, they're predatory.
yeah, exactly, predatory. So that's I mean, and that's not the case for every single corporation out there, because that's just not how it works, right? Because then the system would probably collapse really quickly, because they would all be predating on each other, and then it would
I
soon be
mean, it
done.
is collapsing a little bit.
It is collapsing a little bit, but not in any way. It's like a building that's already a ruin, but we can still live in it basically.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
But what I mean, man, it's what it is. It's clear that we're not gonna get some sort of anti-corporate critique in civilization. I think that much should
No,
be clear.
that much should be
Uh,
clear. Yeah, that
so
is very clear.
what I think though is the embrace of it is well, maybe a bit beyond the Call of Duty, I would say.
Oh
So
yeah.
especially with the four identical white, well, I guess they're shareholders or whatever they are.
Yeah, I
With
guess they are
or maybe
shareholders.
they're people like on the stock exchange. I wouldn't really know, but what had a much more critical view of corporations, but
What?
was a game that I still didn't like at all, was Outer Worlds.
Yes,
Because what did you play it?
I didn't play it. I watched like extensive segments of it on like streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was not. It felt superficial. It felt a bit
It's
superfluous.
super superficial, and
Yeah.
um it's also the thing is that the sort of things that they're making fun of
Yeah.
actually happened in the past. For example, the colonization of North America is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Actually, this was a whole corporate affair. And then to double up on that, some of the things that they're making fun of are actually happening right now.
Yeah.
So to me, it
Yeah.
was like, what do you think this is actually a caricature of? Like, this is not a caricature. A lot of the things that were, I mean, of course, certain things are a caricature because it's like really heavily overdone, and that part of it wasn't that funny. But like, you know, it's not so very different the way that workers are depicted in, for example, in the very first starting area. I forgot the name of it, but whatever sort of
Yeah.
town, and Amazon warehouse workers. It's people that are
Yeah.
just the only thing is that Amazon warehouse workers still have a tiny shred of a life outside of the Amazon warehouse, in the sense of that they're still people, right? But for the rest, what is actually happening on the work floor is very much along those lines, right? You have the same sort
Yeah.
of people that are just reluctant to be part of it, and at the same time, people that are love to be part of it and therefore rise through the ranks. All sorts of crazy rules for what you can do while you're on the job and while you're off the job. All sorts of other sort of
Yeah.
sinister policing. Anyway, we can go on with corporation for a long time, but I feel it's interesting that when it comes to corporations, there are not that many games that I think have done something that I've played anyway, that have done something very, very critical about
No, not
it.
really.
Like,
No.
that's also because all these
It.
all these game makers are often also corporations.
Yeah. And
Except
there is, I think, another part of this. A lot of games have done stuff with corporations, but from a point of view that is like the one big mega corporation that is super evil.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and what happens is that, like Resident Evil, for example,
yeah, yeah.
what happens in the end is that the enemy is not the concept of corporation, it's not the institution, it's these bad people.
It is only the one bad
Yeah,
apple, basically, to make an
yeah,
analogy with uh, F the police.
yeah. And in the end, it turns out that this one bad apple is actually insanely big, but it's still one. They don't
Yeah,
engage like.
exactly. If you drain that apple, if you just squirt it, if you destroy it, then the rest of the system will work again.
Yeah,
I
exactly. So that's a bit of a.
it's one of those things that, because I do think that corporate ownership, so a group of people having shared responsibility over something is great. But the thing is, it's not really, it's where shared responsibility is just shared profit. Now that's what it so completely went for. And there's, I think, a ton of corporations that sort of get it right, that it's really about shared responsibility of this one organization. But most corporations are just like, that's just a way to get money into the company, and then another way to make sure that the board stays happy, and then or shareholders stay happy. We're not the persons to talk to, like, for an in-depth view of corporations, because in the end we never really had to study them, because they're just not in our archaeology. No corporations in our archaeology. All right. No, well, that's great. We get to do some other stuff, like, for example, mass production. I think mass production is kind of important.
Yeah, I think it is going to be important here, right?
Submarine units, yes, I think so. I think yes. Let's go for the mass production. All right. So Babylon is going to get not so very happy. So we have to counteract that. So we're still good. We're still good in Babylon.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Okay. And actually, let's see. Maybe we can quickly in Lyon. Oh, in Lyon, maybe we want to keep the factory there.
Yep.
Cathedral there. Let's see if we can actually get some more armor in. We have to find ourselves a place where we can. Maybe we buy the cathedral here, and then
that's pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then afterwards we don't want to buy an armor straight up after that, but we want to buy one relatively quickly after that. Because, so we will just wait here basically. So it's already a veteran, this. So I'm gonna bring this one into Lyon.
Yeah.
The Russians also. Actually, I should bring it to. So Canton built settlers. That's great, Canton. Now we were already building the Hoover Dam, right? Right.
Yeah, were we? I'm not sure. I really am not sure.
So we are gonna build the SETI program, though, definitely,
because that is important.
That is important,
right?
Yes, it's for science victory, I think.
Yes.
So okay, Nineveh builds a cathedral. Now after that, it's gonna build an armor. It's actually gonna do that relatively quickly, so that's gonna not be. So we're actually also. Well, I'm saying actually a lot. That's when I get. Man, I had podcasts that I edited, in which probably I had to, like, for 50 minutes of talking, I had to edit out like 50 actuallys. I actually had to edit out 50 actuallys because I was actually saying it that much. It's my little go-to word. Okay,
Nice.
Akkad builds a university. Akkad. You're happy. All right, let's see.
Yeah, and so the SETI program is also very important because it increases light bulb production by 50%.
Although we're nearing the end of our tech tree, actually, so
it also allows like, it makes it worthwhile to go for the futuristic advances.
Oh yeah, but I mean, in the end, that's just gamer score, and
Yeah,
I don't. Since we're not gonna win this game, maybe, probably.
Yeah.
So actually, let's see. Ares,
Yes.
say "wah" every time I say actually. Okay.
if I pick it up, because I'm also kind of used of you saying actually.
Okay, we're actually.
Aha!
We are, in fact, building the Hoover Dam in Shanghai.
All right.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, the stress is just getting too much. I in fact have to make sure that I don't say actually, and I also have to make sure that we win this war against the.
And Bordeaux is kinda. I think that's good, actually.
Bordeaux is.
Bordeaux.
Yeah, that's
because whatever.
Now, in fact, what's gonna happen is when this dude hits up to Bordeaux, I'm gonna hit him with the conscript, because if I remember correctly, the cannon is not very good on defense. No, defense strength 1, so that's
Okay.
good. And it's completely deficient in any sort of form of. Bordeaux
Am I
also
out?
needs some love because it's just not working
Sorry,
out. All right.
I lagged for a bit.
Oh, you lagged for a bit. Why did you lag,
Yeah.
my friend?
I don't know.
So armor, we're gonna. Oof, armor is expensive. All right. Tightness. Poor Paris. We have to really like shore it up. Like put some. What can we do? What can we do about this? There. Can we maybe build a fort or something like that? Can we fortress? Yes. Units defend it one at a time. Okay. Found in a fortress square destroys fortress, doubles the strength of all defending units. Okay, maybe we'll build the settlers only. Double. Okay. Maybe we have to build a fortress somewhere over here. Because they're gonna keep going, and because we have democracy, we really can't work. We're also, by the way, heading towards climate disaster. Just not in the real world, because yes, also, but but also in our game. Basically, actually, we are.
There we go.
Are going to die.
Bang. I just came in, literally said actually the moment I got in. Like, what?
My man. All right, you hang out in Lyon for a bit. Okay. Wait. Orders.
Order.
Clean up pollution. There we go. Don't pillage.
Don't pillage. Let's not do this again.
No. I think yes.
Let's
This is the one that I pillaged.
Yeah. It's not very useful.
No, not very useful. Oof! Oof! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Yep.
Oof! That's gonna be tough to reach. All right, come closer, you frigging cannon. Oh,
I double did
non-king.
you.
That's
Non-king, Jesus.
This is so one of the things that I do like about Civilization 1 that is also still present in Civilization 2 is that there is a lot more micromanaging at the end still.
Yeah.
In ways that are interesting. So, for example, the pollution that popped up, it's not all handled by systems under the hood, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and one thing that is very much present in Civilization 1 and 2 compared to the newer ones is that even at the end game, so where we are more or less now, it's still, because it's an older game, it's not overwhelming in terms of like units and orders, like the turn, what's happening in a turn.
no.
So it's like this micromanagement aspect that you said, it really is still important.
Yeah.
While in Civilization 6, towards the end, if you have an overwhelming advantage, at some point it becomes a bit irrelevant. Like clicks sort of don't feel like they matter all
Exactly.
that much.
You just but still you have to do it because otherwise you're not going to win, right? For example, if you know that you're going to get this culture victory, you still have to work for it. So you cannot just set all your cities to auto production because you have to
No,
build very specific things to work that.
no.
So,
But it becomes a little bit. It becomes a bit.
yeah, but the thing is, you already
boring.
know, right? So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You already know that if you build this and this and this, you know, in about 20 to 50 turns or whatever, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
And that is something that I feel that they've actually that they've become worse at these games in terms of game design. That they have this is something that was looming, I think, if I remember correctly, in Civilization 3 a lot more already, and just has gotten progressively or regressively worse over the. It's it's interesting. Okay, mass production. Following the advent of industrialization, factory owners developed new techniques to make production more efficient. Those factory owners, that's just what they did. They basically mean Henry Ford did this. Henry Ford is credited with one major advance: the installation of mass production, assembly lines in his automobile plants. In this case, the object being assembled, a car, was carried along conveyor belts to the various workstations, where each worker expertly performed his part of the assembly. Expertly.
Expertly.
They weren't
Not
bored to tears, no. They
not
expertly.
routinely, just expertly.
When the car reached the end of the line, it was fully built. Techniques such as this resulted in dramatic increases in worker productivity as long as the workers were content.
That is that's like a Disney movie of mass production. Like the dwarfs in the mine were singing and like digging.
Yes.
It's exactly this.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how it's just one big celebration of technology in these last advances. While we already talked about this last stream. While there's much more of an analysis and a history to what is here. It's just like, and then everybody was very happy and productivity was really, really, really great. So anyway,
if productivity is great, everybody must be happy.
I mean, it's one of those things. I've never worked in a factory. I've worked in in warehouses and places like that.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily Amazon warehouses, but places like that. But so I wouldn't know. I always thought it was already just absolutely dreadfully horrible to just ride around in a warehouse with a cart and just keep on doing more or less the same thing. But I don't know. So it's very hard for me to say, oh well, the experience of being on an assembly line is just horrible. Could be that maybe for some people or a lot of people it's actually not that bad. But it's also the stereotype, right? The assembly line, like that it is this horrific bad thing for a lot of people. That's where you don't want to be at.
Yeah.
But I think probably it's going to matter a lot what you're actually producing en masse.
I mean, of course, it's gonna matter a lot, but the person who is in like the assembly line is just it very much reflects the concept of like just the cog, the person as like
right. So yeah, what I'm trying to get at, and that's I'm phrasing this poorly, is that I really felt like a little cog in a machine when I was working in that warehouse, for example.
Yeah.
And there's other jobs actually, even at the university, where I felt like a cog in a machine, right?
Yeah.
Like where the thing that is required from me is just to fall in line and just do that one thing that you are supposed to do, and maybe do it like 20,000, 30,000 times, or however many times you have to do it.
Yeah.
and so we always say that's the assembly line, right? But I feel that this production and sort of the de-individualization or the dehumanization of labor is something that is just goes way beyond the assembly line, right? To me.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, in the end, I think what you're saying is it really like the assembly line really becomes a metaphor for
yeah, exactly. That's a better way even of putting it. It just becomes this metaphor, right? And then I don't think it's entirely fair for people that are actually in assembly line that maybe really really enjoy their work and don't feel like a cog in a machine, right?
Yeah.
And they and then they're like, oh, because they're in assembly line, they're just doing work that is not to to be frowned on or whatever.
Yeah.
In that sense, I do like a lot David Graeber's Bullshit Jobs book.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
No, I have not read it, but I'm aware of his concepts.
So I think that
in that book,
one of the things that I think is absolutely for me was really an example of where ethnography comes in as a great method is that the book is about bullshit jobs, but it's not that Graeber is out there defining what is bullshit jobs, right?
Mhm. No.
He's saying like, I want people these are all stories of people that self-identified as having a bullshit job, not necessarily the same as cog in a machine, but whatever, as a bullshit job, and then they just told me their stories. And I think
Yeah.
that's really great. That's really great ethnographic method. That's a really great way of thinking about it, right? So, and it's you're not sort of pointing your finger like, oh, if you work behind an assembly line, that's stupid work, right? No, you're actually sort of working from what people themselves say about that. And as I said, I have very few people that I know actually worked in an assembly line. Couple, but not that many. So I honestly don't really have much of a thing of mass production.
It also depends on where you live, and that's one of the things that Western countries have, because of how much factories have been exported. We don't really have this, especially smaller countries like the Netherlands or Greece or Luxembourg or Belgium. There are just not enough factories for us to have the image of the person working in an assembly line.
Yeah. It's in fact true that I don't know a single Dutch person that works in an assembly line. I don't know if you do, but I don't.
Dutch, no. In Greece, I knew people that worked in small-scale factories, but we don't really have these huge ass factories that we have in mind as like the assembly line.
Anyway, it's interesting, and I think this sort of mimics the corporation, right? It's just this.
It just shows it's the evolution really. So I think these two entries can very well be taken together because they talk about the same thing in the end.
Yeah, they also follow each other up in the non-existent tech tree. I honestly, one of the things that I really want to read sometime is because Henry Ford is mentioned here, and I want to read not necessarily like deconstructionist, like, oh, Henry Ford is an evil bastard, blah blah blah. No, but like a really realist but still critical piece of this particular bit of myth making around the fact that Henry Ford was this great sort of visionary, and how this actually how this ended up working out for people back then, and how it was perceived.
I get that. Yeah.
So because this seems like one of those things that's just a myth, like a myth of capitalism, a myth of industrialization.
Yeah.
But I wonder what's under that veneer. If it's maybe just some things are just actually really really great things, and other things are not. Okay. This is a maybe we should have an actually button.
An actually button.
Or I wiki crutch myself every time I say it.
Oh no, then we're done.
Then we're done. Okay, nuclear fission. We just have to go for it. Boom.
Yep.
Oh, Nineveh, you already require an aqueduct for further growth so long, and I haven't still seen to your needs. We have to work something out for you.
Yeah.
All right. So a mass transit will definitely cut down pollution here.
That is, I think mass transit is
so
kinda important here.
Yeah, okay, let's just go for mass transit.
Okay.
We don't even have a factory here yet. Non-King, what are you doing? Okay.
Non-King.
So I kind of... Yeah, we're not gonna... We really have to go mass transit before we go factory.
That is weird.
That is weird.
Get mass transit so people can get to their factories.
Yes.
Build factories.
Alright. I don't think Qingdao needs that entertainer anymore. No.
No.
Okay. You go for a factory, my friend.
You go for the factory.
Okay. Nineveh. Oh, Nineveh is building an armor. Oh, my treasury is low.
Yeah, we need to up the tax a little
tax
bit.
rate a little bit.
Yeah, we're really low. Go 50%.
No, but the science, my friend. We need to keep the science up.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, we're losing out with the Aztecs. Aztec. Woo! We even have an armor here. I completely forgot.
Do we even need this?
Well, there.
Yeah.
We
I guess
kind of.
it's for the Russians.
I think we're gonna. Yeah, it's for the Russians. Yeah. Right. Let's. In fact. Ooh. Yeah. You know what? Let's just keep it like this. And at some point, when we have this little dude over there, then.
Yeah, they will see.
Yeah. Okay. Let's fix this gaping hole in our irrigation system. Oh, come on. I really need one more armor. Otherwise, it's.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but they're building something now in Paris, so they're. All right. Let's sleep for a tiny moment longer. All right, Russians. Let's talk. Hey, this is new.
Yeah,
They're not even. The
they're
thing.
not even asking for something.
We cannot trust them. But whatever. Let's just.
Let's just accept it for now to like be a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, eternal. Yeah.
Yes, eternal. Yes, sure. All right.
No, you should have asked them to join the war against the Aztecs.
Yeah, but that will cost money, which I don't have.
Mm.
This was a consideration in my mind for sure, but it.
Okay.
All right. I think. So, well, my armor definitely has to go back.
Yeah.
Funds are running low. Those. Aztec government has been over. Oh wow!
Oh wow! Whoa!
Oh, it's using my road system. Oh wow!
Can we do the? Can we?
Can we get the armor in? No,
Yeah.
I think they use the road system from the other side. I don't think we can get there in time.
No.
That's.
But can we at least kill the cannon?
Yeah. Well, I think not because. There you go. We don't even have anybody there.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
Well, we're losing Bordeaux. That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh Lord. Oh Lordy Lord. Still not.
Whoa.
Still not enough money for that. Okay, let's maybe we can actually go for Paris.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Sneaky Russians. They're just hanging out there.
You think they're gonna break the treaty?
Oh, at some point, yeah, for sure. Boom.
Boom.
What? Oh, what? It's defended. I cannot get in. There's a French knight there.
What?
There's a French knight there near Tenchin.
What the frick?
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, I couldn't get in. Why couldn't I get in? Oh, this hurts. This is terrible, Aris. This is terrible.
Maybe it needed another attack to get in.
Well, it need to attack, but it also need to protect, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
We're just gonna have to hope that Science Victory will do it.
No, but we're not getting there, and if we don't get rid of, we have to kick them off our continent again. Otherwise, we'll just end up having to push out units.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh Lord. Even the French could just make a move here with their intention. Wow. This is a little bit disastrous.
This is.
All right, you're still busy apparently. All right, orders. You had some good news today, right? Instead of, I'm just trying to distract.
You're trying to spin this.
Yes.
I was looking stuff in the guide, but it doesn't seem like it's helping us a lot in this.
No. Oh,
in
it
this
is not.
situation. I don't think.
I don't think so
So,
either.
although there are a lot of stuff that I think would be worth going through at some point, but nothing really that's going to help us right now. What do we need for science victory again?
We need to launch a spaceship, my friend, to Alpha Centauri.
Yeah, but like what kind of
What
tech?
kind of spaceship?
What kind of
Techs.
spaceship?
Tech.
Yeah,
So all the tech that we actually.
all of it.
All of it.
Every tech that exists.
Yeah, every tech that exists. Okay.
Pasco is here. How
All
goes
right,
the
Pasco.
advancing of the aspects? It doesn't. Pasco,
No, well, I mean,
it just
the
goes.
outsciencing is actually going all right, but then the rest of it is not going that all right.
Yeah, the outmaneuvering.
All right,
Not really.
let's talk to the French and let's say, French, please, let's not fight. Okay, thanks, Mr. Napoleon. Let's not fight.
Great.
We welcome peace with you. Goodbye. Now don't attack us.
Ever again.
Oh wow. Oh
Wow.
yes. Oh yeah. This is just.
This is yeah.
They
being-
are. This is just.
Usher isn't.
Yeah, Usher is in uproar,
Having
but we already knew this. Wow.
Wow.
All right, we have to do something. We have to do something. Well, we have to buy this. That's where we have to start with. Boom.
Yeah.
Uh,
Erwin.
Paris is actually not occupied at the moment, so that's
No, it is occupied. There was an armor that we just don't see right now.
right.
Yeah. We'll probably see it soon at the gates of Lyon.
Yeah, probably. Well, you will just have to. Well, we cannot. Well, so one thing that is a little bit okay is that we have a fast track of getting our units into this area now, so that's good.
Yeah.
So Rouen is just lost.
Yeah, it's not long for this empire.
It is not. It's not gonna be part of us much longer. Still, we bought a nice university for them.
Yeah. Let's just get as many points from it as we can, like light bulbs and
Yeah. One thing that we could still do is Nineveh will have this armor that can move up
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
And then we can see if we could still keep it. But I'm afraid this will be a bit tough.
at least Bordeaux is safe
For
now.
For now. I mean, it could very well not be safe in a matter of. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that armor is still there, so I might as well just. I better hang out here. Oh wow! Right, you have to go
Yep.
up, my friend. Go up. All right. There's a tiny chance that we could save it, but I wonder.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. Okay, well, you finally make your way over yonder. Okay, well, Babylon has produced another veteran armor, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the good thing about this is that we now get to move for free all the way over here.
Mm-hmm.
So that is good, actually. How often do I say this, Aris? Are we living in some sort of actual matrix? Like a matrix of actuality? It's just. Oh, it's getting dark, by the way. I have to switch on my lights just a moment.
It is, yeah. We are past the summer solstice now. We are past the summer solstice, right? Right.
Yeah, we are just past the summer solstice. Just. Yeah, the night that Hannah was born was the shortest night. Felt like one of the longest nights, but actually the day after. But well, where shall we move this one to? North or
maybe
west?
I don't know, man. This is tricky.
All right, you know what? That away.
Okay.
Okay, you get to hang out there. You get to hang out. Funds are running low, but they're not running that low. Sneaky Russians!
Yeah.
Oh no, they've got nuclear.
But that ain't
Are going
That
to
ain't good.
die.
that ain't good.
That ain't good.
Seems like a bomb is heading our way soon.
Yes. Whoa, look at how many friggin'. Oh, well, that was good. That was good.
Yes. Yeah, there we got nuclear
Nuclear
fission.
fission, that's not the same thing. Nuclear
No,
fission
it's
occurs.
getting there.
It's a good thing that Dr. Pasco is here because I'm sure he knows everything about this as well, since he's the scientist. Nuclear fission occurs when a fissionable atomic nucleus absorbs a neutron, becomes unstable, and splits into two new nuclei. In the process, tremendous energy is given off as heat, light, and radioactivity. The first use of nuclear fission was in warfare, where the heat and shockwave of uncontrolled fission produced an unprecedented weapon, the atomic bomb. Later, controlled nuclear fission was employed to provide enough heat to power the generation of electricity in a nuclear power plant. The dangers and risks associated with nuclear power have so far limited its employment. Wait. This could have been. I'm just gonna say that this. I want some sort of like condemnation in here of particularly of the use in warfare.
Maybe it will be there in like nuclear.
Maybe this is already it. I think maybe we took it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a bit so.
There
The first use was in warfare, and great.
there should have been some line here that it's
Yeah, there should have been some line.
especially on the bottom line, like, it's it's a bit too dangerous. No, it's like this is the most horrible, whatever. Like a nuclear reactor is also not entirely like, I think, a value free. It's not just because it's risky. It's just there's a lot of shit that comes with it too. But
yeah,
aside from that, then that should have been followed up with using this weapon is the weapon part of it in warfare is just horrendous. It's one of the worst things that humans have ever done. But it's just not there. It's like, oh yeah, this is nuclear fission. That's the mushroom cloud. That's it.
Yeah.
That's wow. Well.
Yeah, and
I mean, I'm gonna guess that since this is as much as I know about nuclear fission, that the technical description of it is correct, but it's very technical. I think we could have had a bit more historical and maybe ethical here. So this is where I think that I mean, I don't exactly expect Hannah Arendt in here.
No, probably not.
But something that says like this shit is bad news.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, we have to the Manhattan Project Wonder. That's what you
Yeah.
have to
So apparently here it says don't bother with this wonder. Conventional warfare is much more advantageous than nuclear warfare in Sid Meier's civilization. Why rush to blow up the world when you can conquer it without all the pollution?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
The pollution is the problem clearly here. I mean, why pollute? If you can kill millions upon millions of people, why do it while polluting?
What is that? That's that slogan again. Don't pollute, just commute or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
what the fuck?
I mean, but from a game mechanic, that's what it does actually, right?
Yeah.
Oh, if you hear me like a lot, Pascal, then or JA, then it's because I'm trying to stop saying actually so much.
So here it says someone is going to build a Manhattan Project and open up a nuclear can of worms, and everyone is going to benefit with a question mark equally. All things considered, spend the 600 resources on something more permanently useful to your civilization.
Permanently useful, like a bunch of armor to kick out the Aztec.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if the Manhattan Project is in fact in here. I don't think it is.
Might as well be.
Yeah, but I don't think it is. Manchuria is in here. Oh, it is Manhattan
Yeah,
Project, 1941D. All right, let's see. So, oh well, I mean, there's a whole little boy. You know what? Let's read a little bit about what this inspiration for civilization from the contents part of it has to say about it. So, 1941. Um, where does it say about the Manhattan Project? Oh, it's under Discovery and Invention. Manhattan Project of intense atomic nuclear research gets underway. We shouldn't forget that the Manhattan Project was not just for the bomb. It was the major outcome, but all right.
No, it was for the bomb. The Manhattan Project was for the bomb,
Yeah,
right?
but it was really about nuclear. It was a bit larger than that. It also the civilian uses of nuclear power also came out of the Manhattan Project. Is what I'm trying to
They
say.
came out, but that's not what the project was about, or am I wrong?
No, that is true.
Like, it was about creating, about using nuclear fission in warfare. Oh, and
All right.
also,
Let's read what this British historian. Well, sorry, he's not a historian. This British doctor actually has to say about this, who's also a historian in his free time. Okay, so we're basically talking about the invasion of Japan during World War II. What it would cost was anyone's guess, but if it was going to be anything like Okinawa, where 12,000 Americans and more than 100,000 Japanese had died, it would be a bloody business indeed. There was an alternative. On August 6, with 12 weeks to go before the invasion of Japan, Colonel Paul Tibbets of the 509th Composite Group taxis his B-29 Enola Gay to the end of runway A on Northfield. If there was ever a euphemistically called
yes,
airplane, Enola
for
Gay. At 2:45 a.m., he took off and set course for Iwo Jima, 960 kilometers north. Shortly after takeoff, 2 crewmen entered the bomb bay which contained the aircraft's load, a single 9,000-pound bomb codenamed Little Boy. They unscrewed a plate in the bomb's side, exposing the gun barrel that ran the length of it. Into the breech of this, they placed 4 explosive charges and a detonator. 3 hours later, as the P-29 passed over Iwo Jima and Tibbets altered course so as to pass over Shikoku, 1 crewman returned to the bomb bay and inserted the plugs that completed Little Boy's arming procedure.
Yeah.
As Little Boy fell from the bomb bay, the wires connecting. Wow, it's super detailed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and. Okay. The crew of Enola Gay, by now more than 8 kilometers away from the aiming point, perceived Little Boy's end as a blinding flash. Seconds later, the plane was rocked by a blast so fierce and so loud that even Tibbets, who had been warned what to expect, thought the B-29 had been hit by flak. As he recovered control, he saw a massive cloud of smoke starting to rise up from the burning city, fed by a convection column that gave it the outline of a rapidly elongating mushroom. Within minutes, the cloud had reached a height of 18,000 meters, twice the plane's altitude. By this time, most of the 80,000 people the bomb was to kill were already dead. Oh no, yeah, so that's interesting. It's a very detailed technological. Hey, Gareth is there. Reactors for power were demonstrated in Chicago before the Manhattan Project, if I recall correctly. Oh, really? Nice. Well, not that's I didn't know. But that's another discussion of this that is very much focused on its technical aspects, just as we just saw right there in the advanced text.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe in 1991 it was still different, but I don't feel so. Right? I feel that the one thing that I always known is that like nuclear bombs were not they were maybe a feat of engineering and of science, but they were not a marvel in any sense of it. They were not something to be proud of in any way. So maybe that's the difference between Europe and America. But
I think from very early on, even in America, there was, even within the development, not teams, but the development groups, it was Um, it was always on the edge. Nobody was ever like hyper in favor, like this is the best thing that ever happened, because I think everybody realized and because everybody realized the power of the weapon, that was the whole idea of why like some other countries chipped in for the development of the nuclear bomb,
Yes.
like France and Canada.
Yeah.
For the first few years, the United States really hoped that they would be the sole like nuclear power, and the fact that they were a nuclear power would deter every other country from developing nuclear weapons, which would give them like the biggest advantage, which of course turned out not to be the case.
As Rome on 640k a day quite rightly says, opening that kind of worms.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's precisely what they did with the Manhattan Project.
Yeah, even Oppenheimer was very ambivalent. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even Oppenheimer, with the famous quote.
Yeah.
It was clearly ambivalent.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, let's see what recycling does for us. Okay, that's
And of course,
nice.
the bombs that have been developed since, like we had the nuclear fission bombs, but now we have the nuclear fusion bombs and like hydrogen bombs and stuff like that, which are like hundreds of times more destructive than what was dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which is just like the fact that these things are still being developed is just out of this world.
It is out of this world. It is. I understand why anti-nuclear ballistic missile defense is being developed.
Yeah.
But the fact that, for example, Russia is proudly showing off its newer, smarter nuclear missile or nuclear torpedo, even.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. I honestly don't know. To me, the mind frame of somebody, which also has to be a person of intelligence, but that works on something like this, a weapon like this, and is like, yeah, we did it, guys. Probably guys, maybe some girls, who knows?
Yeah.
We did it, people. No, we finally have this new, smarter way of destroying like a whole frigging city on the seaboard.
Yeah, but the thing is that all of this is like, I think, and this might sound a bit too polarizing, but outside of the US, it's all reactionary in a way, right? Because if you're not the US, who like has more nuclear weapons than every other country in the world combined, every minor development in any other place is always done in we can beat them who have so much, like in reaction to the fact that your major superpower has so much more.
Yeah.
So in a way, it has this game in there as well, because the United States are not saying, well, we're going to destroy all of this.
No,
right?
no.
They're keeping
They're
it.
not going to be
Maybe
the first one. No.
no. So
They may say we'll tone it down a little bit. We'll only retain the power to destroy the world 3 times instead of 4 times.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah.
So all right, let's build another armor in Lyon because I think we will need it.
Yes.
Okay. One builds a university with the dudes at the gate. Yes, civil disorder in Rouen because Rouen is like, dudes, what the hell did you do to us?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, let's build ourselves. We already have a temple. We have. Let's build ourselves an aqueduct.
Oh, nuclear fission makes Isaac's Newton College obsolete. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, but we wait. Oh, that's a pity. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So what has happened here, by the way, is nothing short of remarkable.
Yes, we've been talking about world destruction, but 2 phalanxes have been fending off like armors and fucking cannons.
Yeah, so
Bordeaux, on the other hand,
Bordeaux, on the other hand, is not doing so hot, but right now I need a bit of luck. Okay, good. Whew.
Okay, phase 1 of the defense done.
Done. We have to find some other way of just defending here. We may have to just build a shit ton of units and just station them at Rouen
Yeah,
and
maybe.
at Paris, because the problem with those armors that are now in the game is that you can't really defend against them effectively, because they have I think they have like a 5 defense. Oh, come
Yeah.
on, Encyclopedia, work with me here. And yeah, and they have an attack strength of 10, and they just reach your city. They're like tanks, man. They're really good units.
Yeah.
So it's really it's kind of. So that said, boom. What?
Oh, the unit with defense 1?
And it
One.
was
The
it was
unit with attack 10.
what? Oh
This
man,
roll of the dice was like really poor.
that was
Really poor.
I'm so
We did not get there at that point. We just did not get there.
like what? What? Oh wow.
It's okay. It's okay.
Mm.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
All right, I'm gonna take back Paris. Boom. All right, so we have the road from. Okay, let's move up from to Nanking. Yeah, maybe the Russians are actually keeping their word. Actually, well, that's to be expected.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay.
So
It's okay.
one thing that I could do. Sumer has just built. How about a battleship will take very long, but a battleship is a good way to defend
Yeah,
against.
yeah. Actually, we might be. That
Actually,
might be one of those. Actually, and then yeah, at some point one of us will break. Like actually.
Okay, maybe. Okay, God. Oh, another. It was a veteran armor against a one defense unit.
Yeah.
Like no way, man.
The game is not in our favor.
No, we've lost a lot of. We've won some of these combats, but
But we've
we've
lost
lost
some.
a ton of shitty combats like this. Really,
I mean, we've lost a combat to a freaking settlers. That says it all, I think.
I think yes, that's a wrap. That says it all.
Yeah.
Like what? I almost wanted to smash my armor right into that.
No. Be
No,
patient.
we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
Patience.
Okay, there's already a road being built there. Let's keep on improving Babylon. Actually, oh, this is
What
just
is it?
this is a horror show, Agus. It's a horror show.
This knight over there is just. Oh. Well. That armor was not long for this world. Didn't even get to be a veteran.
It didn't even get to be a veteran. No. Oh, and that one also, just of course, since it's moved on to the mountains. Oh, this was a stupid move.
This is also not gonna be a veteran.
Oh no, I do not think so, Aris. I do not think so.
But let's see. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe we get lucky.
Oi, French settler. Stay out of my beautiful little enclave of where the world is still perfect. Okay. That wasn't too bad at all, actually. In this case, yeah, no. Actually, in this case, was actually not that bad. This was
a celebratory, actually.
This was a celebratory, actually. Okay, I'm just gonna try and go for it. It's gonna hurt, but oh yeah.
Oh, boom!
Woo.
Easy.
Well, I wouldn't call it easy, but
But that's what you say, right? That's what you say in competitive games. You might be losing like
Are you
0-7
now?
or
Are you
something.
now
Like easy,
competitive gamers planning? What easy?
of course.
This is not. This is not even competitive game easy. This is more like, oh, thank God.
Yeah,
This,
but it's
if
the
this was a
attitude
competitive,
matters.
oh man, sorry, I have no attitude left to give. I'm like, oh, please don't destroy us, please,
No.
please.
The trick is to always,
All right,
whether you're winning or losing, to
give me some
preemptively
inspiration.
diss your opponent. Like if you're winning hard, you have to preemptively GG your opponent just to break their morale.
All right,
And if you're losing hard, if you take a small fight, you actually have to say easy to make your opponent know that you're not scared, even though you're losing hard.
okay.
That's a good flaming
Okay,
tactics.
run away, you son of a French knicket. This is gonna be an easy fight, and your mother smells like elderberries.
See,
It
it
worked.
worked.
It worked. It
Cassia is just looking at me very disappointed. That's my attitude.
worked. Okay. What are you doing, knight?
Oh, the government has been overthrown. They're changing government like they're changing
Yeah, boom,
freaking
boom, 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 boom.
church. Yeah,
They're changing governments like they're like nobody's business.
like nobody's
The
business.
secret of
Change hand.
refining. Okay.
Refining.
we are having a
Yeah,
maybe Ares, we're just nostalgic because well, like we can get excited for like all the older stuff like philosophy and construction, and then we're like refining. Anyway, mineral tar and petroleum have been known throughout history. Yeah, okay. But little use was found for either until it was discovered through chemistry that oil could be refined into chemicals with a right variety of uses. The primary application of oil derivatives was as fuel for internal combustion engines that powered the automobile and other machines. Oil had to await the Industrial Revolution before its potential could be realized, because large corporations could afford the investments in automobile production and refining that were required. Poor oil. Oil is just hanging out deep in the earth like, come on, people. Come on. Where's that Industrial Revolution? Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Finally, we've been lying as dead dinosaur bones
For
for
way
like
too long.
millennia, for millions of years. What took you so long?
What took you so long? Oil had to await.
Yeah.
I like that.
To await even, not
Had
even
to
wait.
await. No,
Await.
to await.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, what's to say here?
I don't know. Fuck the oil industry. It's just
Yes.
done it.
Fuck the oil industry. I think here too, because pollution is in the game, and Sid Meier's clearly busy with that, right? Like a critical hint of a note could be in the last sentence. Would be nice.
No, it's just there is almost nothing critical, I feel.
Jay, yes, we talked about the industry revolution in large corporations. Yes, that we have no shits more to give about this thing. All right. We do get a power plant now, which we could already build because we had a hydro plant, but whatever. And we, in fact, okay, combustion. For some reason, we don't have combustion yet.
That's really weird. Anyway, it should be done quite quickly.
Yeah, we definitely need it. Genetic engineering.
We need everything basically.
Cure for Cancer Wonder is really good, so maybe we want to go for that one.
Is it really good?
Yeah, it's really good. It's happiness.
Everybody's happy. I mean,
everybody happy.
Yeah, the modern equivalent of the Hanging Gardens, the cure for cancer, creates one additional happy citizen in all of its owner cities.
How do I remember this? I don't know. Somebody help me. I need to get this.
It says here, while having an additional happy citizen is nice, just about any other modern wonder should be given priority over the cure for cancer, depending on one's particular circumstances.
Tough.
Yeah. So in this game, cure some of your civilization's other problems before bothering to cure cancer. Bam. to flame. Jesus,
Wow.
this guy is like, you fucking scrubs, learn to fucking play before you try to cure cancer. Shit. Oh,
Yes.
Jesus, okay.
We probably have to put a parental guidance on this stream, Ares, next for if we put this on YouTube.
That is true.
84
84
hour
hours
stream.
stream?
Yeah, we are just going for it. We're just making it happen. Well, it's a 1984 stream,
Yeah,
but
we're still playing this.
we are
I
still
mean,
playing this. Yeah, we haven't stopped playing it since last week. It's this
Yeah.
great new game called Civilization 1. You have to
Let me
check it
tell you.
out. You have to just
Excellent pixel art.
super retro mechanics.
Yeah.
Has some interesting things to say about history. Has this whole sort of thing in there that's called the Civilopedia. So it actually gives some man. If Civilization was an indie game today,
Yeah.
okay, interesting alt history. If Civilization, so if there was no Civilization genre yet, like no 4X's, it just
No
hadn't
4X.
really material, and this came out as an indie game.
Yeah.
Do you think what would have happened? Would it have become successful, like picked up by the?
I'm not sure. It's a little bit awkward because if we still would have like economy management games, then I think it wouldn't do the trick.
Yeah, I think so too. Because
So like if I've been playing the Off-World Trading Company recently, if we had games like that, or like Factorio or whatever,
yeah,
I don't think Civilization would catch up.
no,
But,
I don't think so.
yeah.
Okay, now King has a mass transit, so yay, no pollution. That's
People
good.
would hate it. It would be too complicated. I don't think that's necessarily the case because people are still playing some super complicated games.
Yeah. In fact, there was a
Are economic games not in some way based on Civ? Not necessarily. Economic
no.
games are based on tycoon games,
Yes.
which Civ was based on tycoon games.
Yeah, and a bunch of other games as well.
And a bunch of other games.
Economic games are in fact based on economic games. They were one of the earliest
One of the
serious games that were played, and one of the earliest games that were also built into the mainframes of the 60s and 70s, aside from things like Defender and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. I was listening to this interesting podcast by the Game Maker's Notebook, which had this Clay Entertainment, Jamie Changs, which is the CEO, and he said, people in fact don't really care about complex games in the sense that if the game is too complex, they're going to stop playing it. No, they're going to push through if they really like the game. So I think it wouldn't be too complex.
No, I don't think complexity would be the issue
No.
necessarily.
All right. So let's go for a factory here because we want to bump up the production, and then this thing is gonna really start popping. Okay.
I mean, the main problem would have been what it goes against, and then it would go against, like, on one side the economy games, and on the other side it would go against real-time strategy games, from like actual RTSs to MOBA style games, which are much quicker. So this would fall in this in-between category that you're like, you decide either do one or the other, and people would not be.
Yeah. No. True.
Who knows though? Who knows? Some games catch up, and you're like, I had no idea why this game caught up. Like,
yeah, no, it's true.
Like Battle Royale games. Nobody ever like saw it coming that Battle Royale would be the thing to play.
Except people like they were
nobody
already
saw
playing
it
it.
coming. Yeah, but nobody saw that that it would become this massive success that like literally hundreds of millions of people would play.
It's no, that's true. That's true. Nobody saw that coming, but people that were playing it saw it as something very entertaining, and there's it aside from it, of course, arising in the the movie Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It was already done in Minecraft in 2011, 2012, and there were very popular servers that were just all about battle royales in Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's I don't know which issue from somewhere last year in the Edge. There's the whole history of battle royales. I think it's probably February last year or something.
Yeah.
And yeah. Also, an excellent podcast anyway to be listened to, the Game Maker's Notebook. They also talk to the developer of PUBG, which started out as a mod to Arma.
Yeah.
Brendan something he's called. I don't remember. No need to wiki crutch me on that, because if you just know PUBG, you can find this name. But player unknown, basically.
Yeah, player unknown.
Yeah, who is the player unknown's battlegrounds?
Yeah.
So, and there's an interesting. It's interesting because you in this series of the Game Maker's Notebook, you talk to some absolute industry heavyweights. And this guy, if I remember correctly, was a DJ or maybe like a professional photographer, and who just got into modding and just modded this thing, and just boom, there it went. And you're like, yeah, you know, that's
what I mean. You sort of like, if you are a developer, or if you're a person who's like minded towards, okay, I'm gonna like make this and it's gonna be a success, it's much more difficult to develop this kind of games. And so
Aris. I hurt so badly.
The pain.
The pain, my friend. The pain is just insane. Oops.
He's from Ireland as well. Seems like
he's from Ireland.
Super down to earth dude. I did not know that.
Yeah. He does seem to a super down to earth dude. He's not. And you got actually Ted Price from Insomniac Games doing an interview with him. He's like, Ted Price is like trying to take it to this next level, and then he's like, he's not saying that, he's not like saying that it isn't cool or brilliant or whatever, but he's more talking about, people just really liked it, and that's what happened. All right. Oh man. Feels talking
Look
about
at all these armors.
Talking about the assembly line, my friend. This is the assembly line.
This is the assembly line of tanks. Yeah.
2 moves. I could not get there, so I'll just hang out here. And I think the Aztec are already sending in a new wave soon.
Yeah, that's part of the reason of why it would be good to recapture Paris.
Yeah.
We would have another line of defense.
Yeah.
With this whole Paris and tanks, I'm like really struggling not to make a reference to World War II and Paris being captured by Nazi Germans.
Why are you struggling not to make a reference?
Because it's, well, first of all, it's a major
You mean
historical
too soon? You mean?
Yeah, not too soon, because it's not too soon, because we know that they majorly fucked up in their defense.
Yeah.
But I feel it would be too horrible. So
okay, let's explore that. So why we just talked about the nuclear bomb and how horrible it is. Why?
But we didn't make a joke out of it.
Oh,
and I was
joke. Okay, no,
like, not necessarily a joke, but like a punchline out of the fact that we're attacking Paris with like a bunch of tanks. Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth, in our game, well, there you go. You do the rest of the punchline. Okay, people. There you go. We set up the punch. Now do the line.
Yeah, I'll do the line.
Yeah.
But it's also one of these super interesting parts of World War II to learn about if you're interested in military history, and how like, because we know it has been studied so much, and we know more or less exactly what happened and why France and Paris was taken so quickly.
Yeah.
So it is it's interesting too.
It is interesting. Well, I hope that's a nice precursor to what's going to happen now.
So far, so good.
So far, so good indeed. They had some major riflemen hanging out there.
Yeah.
Wow. Just wow. Paris is just even if we get it back, it's at 7 now.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, baking.
Paris is not what it used to be.
It's
That's
it's
another interesting side effect of these back and forth wars in Civilization 1 and Civilization in general, but now we're playing 1, so that these cities that are so much contested and go back and forth,
Yeah.
they eventually get destroyed. If or they become completely 200 people or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how to see the development of a city that is constantly being contested, how it just becomes ruin, even if you end up getting it.
Yeah. And
What have you done?
of course, there's I think there's a real, that mechanic of it,
Yeah.
I think works because you, in resource ways, you actually feel the pain, right? It's one of those few moments where those numbers start to really mean something if you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'm not sure if it was an intention. I think it's a little bit.
No, I think it's one of those dynamic. It's an emergent dynamic.
Yeah.
That happened. When we're talking back and forth, it's interesting to see that so the closest correlation to that I have historically in the Caribbean, where islands would go back and forth the whole time.
Yeah.
And it is, I mean, this is like an over exaggeration of what is historically happening, but it still could be said that those islands that changed hands the most frequently are in fact the islands still today that underperform, for example, economically, or are simply poorer than other islands.
Yeah.
And islands that have been basically been in the hands of one colonial power for the longest tend to still today do better. So Dominica, for example, is an example of an island that, I mean, there's also a lot to say for just the natural environs that's just super mountainous or whatever. It's changed hands so often, and there's other islands like that, St. Vincent, and there's other islands again like Jamaica, which is it's now a monetary trouble, but it only changed hands once from the Spanish to the English. And I mean, you know what? Let's be very fair. Also, of course, from the indigenous people to the Spanish, but that's not really changing hands. That is really the indigenous people were just living there, and then the Spanish made it. Boom. Their province. So that I don't really consider as changing hands so much as just just
no, because that was the
colonizing it.
takeover. Yeah, that was the colonization part.
Yeah.
And then this is for all the islands. They were there. They existed with their populations.
Yeah,
and they
for
were
sure.
colonized, and then they started changing hands.
Changing hands between like so many bargaining chips on the world stage. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And for that, some of it is it's still still a problem. Genetic engineering. One of the hopes in the search for a cure for cancer and many other diseases and disorders comes from genetic engineering. Okay. Oh boy. A new field of study in science and medicine. Well, okay. Okay. Genetic engineering is a group of techniques that manipulate the genetic material of living cells. Gene splicing is a technique for transporting genetic material from one species to another. Other techniques include cell fusion and nuclear transplantation. The hope is that DNA, the basic genetic material for all life, may prove to be repairable and changeable. Then all genetic disorders would no longer be permanent but curable. Oh, okay. I guess that this text means during life.
Yeah,
at the same time, it's not really showing that during life. It's showing a picture of a baby, and it's DNA being sort of pixel art like style spliced.
Yeah. I think one of the important things here is to consider the period that the game was created, when genetic engineering had stopped being this sci-fi kind of thing or this dream of scientists, because I mean, already from earlier, scientists had started developing ideas around genetic engineering. But it was not so much, it was never at the point that we are today, of course. And it's still like,
But what point are we today? I mean,
I
so
mean, we can clone entire animals, right?
we can clone humans as well. This would not be too much of an issue.
No,
It is just,
we're just not doing it. But
and that is sort of side skipping the question here. Also with genetic, I mean, they're not talking about cloning, right? They're talking about genetic engineering, which is two different things.
yeah, that's true.
So this is the tech happy version of genetic engineering. Like, we can
Yeah,
cure cancer with this, but the
yeah,
tech less happy version of this is like, rich people can become disease free. Well, not
yeah,
disease free, but genetic disorder free.
yeah,
And the rest of us will just have to live with genetic disorders and just
yeah,
become second-rate citizens on the level of genes as well. This is something that I was already in the picture in 1991.
yeah.
I mean, just open
Got,
up a sci-fi. Yeah, Garrett, sorry.
yeah, Garrett says reminds him of Michael Crichton,
Yeah, yeah,
which, of course, Jurassic Park back in the 1990.
yeah. No. I mean, that was genetic that was not just cloning. That was actually genetic splicing, right? Because
Yeah,
they spliced amphibians into dinosaur cells because that's what you do.
yeah.
I mean,
But that's what I mean. Like, at that point in time, it was all of this still felt like sci-fi. Like, oh my god, we will be able to do this. But now we are actually able to do this,
yeah. Well,
right?
not necessarily cure cancer.
No, not cure cancer. But that's the thing. It was the hope. Like, oh, it's gonna get us to all these like marvels. And the best thing we've done a lot of good things, but
Yeah.
also a lot of horrible things. And the ethics of genetic engineering are still not
I
super
think
well defined.
in that sense, that is. I'm not a specialist in AI by any stretch of the imagination, but
Yeah.
that's sort of the moment that AI is in, or it was a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Like this promising thing that's just gonna change the world. We can have a long discussion about AI and what it is and what it isn't, but we don't have to do that right now.
Mhm.
But now we're slowly also already slowly, or some people really quickly, slowly pivoting to the the dangerous nature of AI. I mean, that
Yeah.
was already always there, but there was this really hype moment for, particularly for business analytics and all sorts
Yeah.
of other things, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So I also feel that probably genetic engineering, there was also there were already people warning against this, but there was a hype moment for it. Maybe,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I guess so, right? With all these cloned animals and whatever.
I mean, something like Jurassic Park illustrates both points, like both the
Or
Marvel.
Stier Herman, my friend, that was hanging out with
Yeah.
Naturalis for a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, we're gonna clone a mammoth soon, and we're gonna have living mammoths again. So at least I'm hyped for that.
are you hyped for living mammoths?
I mean, if I
You,
could see a mammoth, that would be
you know what's gonna, they're gonna just trample all over cities, and they're just gonna, nature finds a way, man. Nature finds a way.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
You're fine with that. Death by mammoth. Oh, I think I've already had this one. Let's just go for combustion. Boom.
I mean, we're getting there, right?
Yeah, but the Aztec are much more getting there.
AI, by the way, is not in the game. As
In this one, Civilization 1. No.
yeah, I wonder when AI.
Okay.
Oh, there we
Finally.
go. Got there.
Boom.
Artificial
Wow, look at all the
intelligence.
stuff they already know that we don't know yet.
Get space flight quickly.
Yes.
So artificial intelligence was first introduced. So artificial what? How is that even possible?
How is that even possible? Oh, look at this poorly pillaged Paris as well.
Oh,
Wow.
because it's AI. I see.
Mm.
AI is not in Civilization 6. The freak? That cannot be possible, right?
In Civilization 6?
Yeah.
Well, I think probably that can be possible. Yeah, I wouldn't really know why it could not be possible. So Lyon is still happy even with this dude outside of their borders. Okay, Lyon, you better. Alright, you fortify. Well, we've sort of. Oh wait. You can't go just yet. You have to go and recapture Bordeaux.
Recapture Bordeaux. Be
Yeah,
careful.
Yes. Yeah, I don't even dare press P at the moment. Okay.
This is French night.
Just
Remnant of invades.
casually hanging out. Oh, wait. Everything. Where's my R? There we go. Wait, I cannot. Oh, there's already a railroad there.
Yeah.
Didn't spot it. Weird. Okay.
Yeah, because it's under the thing.
It's under the thing. All right. Now in this case. Well, that can of worms, my friend.
That kind of worms, it's open now.
Are going to die.
We are going to. We are.
We're gonna have to defend against nuclear bombs.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Oh wait, let's actually read the Manhattan Project. Stop, you Russians! Stop moving. Oh, they've got mechanized infantry. Oh, we're losing us. We already knew this, but we now know this even more.
Yeah.
Why? Why, Senshin? Why is this going on? This thing. All right. Boom.
Get happy.
Okay. Have a temple. You get happy. All right. Let's read about the Manhattan Project and. Oh wow, man. This is hurting. The atomic bomb derived its power from the sudden release of nuclear energy following the splitting of heavy atomic nuclei. The Manhattan Project, an intensive and costly research effort, developed the first atomic bombs during World War II. For a brief period, the United States held a monopoly on these weapons. However, by 1949, the Soviet Union had also developed them, at least partly thanks to espionage that obtained much of the Manhattan Project's research. The nuclear standoff that resulted seems to have been largely responsible for the absence of major wars.
You horrible, horrible person who wrote this.
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. I mean, it's not the.
Yeah, let's ask those poor people at Vietnam.
Yeah. Major. Yes,
See what they have to say.
Major wars. Yeah. I mean. It's really. I don't think it's a nice thing to just say that's a major war versus a minor war.
But like, the fact that there hasn't been another world war doesn't say much because, first of all,
this person could most definitely have been Steven Pinker, who wrote this.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
Because
100%.
in his book, The Better Angels of Our Nature, which is this book about how we progress towards an ever more peaceful society. Make of that what you will. But we're not going to hear and chew down the entire book. But to me, it just falls down completely in the end because he sort of shows that there's this power law at work. In particular, this power law is at work for casualties during wars, whatever. And his answer is like, this power law shows that, warfare has become so costly in the 20th century that's why we don't really want to do it anymore. And I'm like, no, what that power law is predicting is that the next war will be
it's just gonna fuck us all up.
It's gonna fuck all of us up, and that is the actual prediction that this graph is making. It is not predicting that after that there will be nothing. No, he says,
No.
so far we haven't really seen a war, so that means no.
That
That's
only makes things worse.
that exactly. That's not
Not
how.
to say that we won the war, but like it's just a false argument.
It's
The
a
way
false
that
argument. Yeah, but I mean, you can say whatever you want about Steven Pinker, but he makes false arguments like no one else.
Yeah. I mean, I have
because
a
he
lot
makes
of
them
things to say, and I
very,
think,
very convincing. He's a great writer. Like from a rhetorical point of view, he's just a really good
yeah,
writer.
he's the kind of person who can make a lot of things sound scientifically correct and very pop at the same time.
Yeah.
But he doesn't necessarily he's not super interested about the things that he is saying. He just
Oh,
wants
I
to
don't
say
know. That's presuming that he's not interested in it. I don't know.
No, but it's not like
He's,
I guess
you
he
mean
has.
you mean he's not specializing in the things that
No,
he's saying.
no.
He has long stopped being a specialist in his neck of the woods, which was cognitive psychology, if I remember correctly, and then sort of branched out to all sorts of things. But on the other hand, if that's what you get success with, monetarily as well as scientific, because this is by no means a figure that is sort of chewed out by the scientific community. And also,
No,
I don't think I don't think he should. Right? It's not like some sort of evil genius is trying to lie to us about stuff. No, he just makes his argument, and the only thing that he's just sort of doing horribly wrong from a sort of straight shooter point of view is that he's just cherry picking and
cherry
sugar
picking,
coating
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, but that is a reason to be
Yeah, he's basically a humanities researcher. It's all just rhetorics.
It is all just rhetorics, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, didn't expect to talk about Steven Pinker today, but here we go. That's the nice thing. That's the nice thing about live streaming and hanging out with Aris, who's can we can have these reference discussions and still be of the same mind. Would be nice, Aris, if some point we just completely. I mean, we have disagreed in some things in some ways, but we have to disagree more.
Maybe yes.
So okay.
Yes. What do you want to say to us?
Be prepared for
a nuclear threat.
Yes, for this absolute classical. I mean, it would have been even more classical if it was with Gandhi.
Yeah.
Be prepared for this absolutely classic split screen or splash screen.
It would be interesting if all of a sudden he chooses peace. Oh, he did! The game plays on itself. Like, it literally just said, oh, nuclear weapons stop wars. And all of a sudden the Arctics are like, hey, let's have peace.
Wow.
Yeah. Just take it, man.
But they still have Bordeaux.
Yeah, but do we really care about maintaining Bordeaux?
It's just my pride, man. It's my pride.
It's your pride, but they can keep
Bordeaux
and
accept it. Okay.
Until they say all right, let's just throw a bomb at you. But until then,
we'll see. Look at what they've done. Oh,
they've built a city in Spain. Wow.
I kind of just wanna
surprise them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna surprise some more.
Yeah, but we need some more units to do that.
Yeah.
So, just hold your horses.
Yeah, I'm so upset with them right now.
They tricked us into peace, and all of a sudden they have a city in Spain.
Yeah, bastards, and that they're gonna just have you. You know what we're gonna do to make? That will be a bit. You know what? Boom. Here you go. I'm just gonna sit there. I can carry the unhappy faces. They're fortifying there. Sure, Paris, have some civil disorder because that's really what you need right now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! It just ends up changing that dude into a singer. Like, I might as well just make him into a tax collector or something.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on, Paris. Work with me, Paris. I know that we've had our everything destroyed in Paris as well.
Everything is ruined in Paris.
Okay,
Nothing
well now we
remains.
have to do something else, and that means we have to capture some Russian cities because that's the way that we're gonna.
Yeah, but can we do this with democracy? It's gonna be insanely costly. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it's
mean no, with the
really.
Russian cities, we just a couple of armor. I mean,
Yeah,
couple.
okay. All right,
So
let's give it a shot.
all right, so Akkada's actually built that, and now you're gonna build an aqueduct because we do need to grow, people. Grow.
Need to grow.
Okay.
Chin. Order restored.
Okay.
Look at all these happy workers.
Happy workers. So what are you gonna do here? You're gonna let's build a marketplace.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have a university though.
It doesn't yet.
No, but it does have
No.
a library, so maybe we should build a university.
But we're hitting the end of the tech tree, so not that not
Kinda true, yeah.
I mean we're not really
But
yet, but for the things
don't
that
we
matter for us is we're
yeah,
hitting the end
exactly.
of it. I don't think I can even go there, so I might as well.
Clean it.
Clean it like you mean it. All right, boom.
Look at these Russians just patrolling around Ashur.
Yes. Paris builds a temple. That's great.
Good job,
Paris.
Paris. Good job. Reveal
Yes.
yourself. Make it happen.
Get back on top. We're gonna build the city walls here, even if it's
Even it's 40 turns down the road.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Lyon actually does require an aqueduct. Okay, well, work with this
Can we-
first, and then
Yeah.
after that we will get you an aqueduct. Yeah, same for you. You're nearly there. You know what? I'm gonna just buy it. Just don't want to wait anymore. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Oh, that was random. That was frigging Dawson's Creek just entered my frigging brain. I don't know why. Okay.
Alright.
Babylon could still stand, I think. But now I think it's yes, now it will revolt. Now it's like, no man, no, we don't want that. So that means that Paris will get another tank to support. Well, you can definitely still support that. And you get to go and have some fun with the Russians. Oh, you know what? Let's wait. Okay. This moment of calm is just an absolute lie. An absolute lie.
It's not gonna last.
It's not gonna last. This is what it feels like to live in an interbellum. Not really.
Develop plastics.
Yes, they've got plastics now. Plastic fantastic.
Ooh.
They've just
They're prepping. Hey, we got combustion.
yay! Finally.
Uh,
Okay. Existing barracks obsolete. Oh, that's great. That's great.
That's great. Let's just sell our barracks.
Yeah. Let's make sure we have to make a little round. So is recycling gonna lead to plastics? You know what? Flight. Let's just go for flight real quick. Because we kind of need flight for space. Space.
Yeah, for space victory.
Okay. Tsingtao is this. It's just this wonderful place. It's just a little bit upset right now. Maybe we should build ourselves a Colosseum. Oops, a Colosseum here first. Yeah. How about that Hoover Dam, people? Is it already materializing? Come on, Shanghai. Oh yeah, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but if we sell the barracks, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, boom. Okay. There's no barracks here. Is there? No. Okay. Is there barracks here? Nope. I don't have that many. No. I have one in Babylon. That I know for sure. Where are you at? You should be here. Wait. Oh. you should probably sell it off the turn before you get it.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh, I never. So I never because I normally don't really build barracks at all.
Yeah, actually, I had read about the fact that at some point you really need to sell your barracks in the guide, but I had forgotten which deck it was. Apparently,
Sure.
this comparison.
Apparently, it's this one though.
That's why I'm like, oh, we need to sell our barracks and just chill.
Chill,
Like,
chill. Let's
oh
just
wait,
no. That's not how it works. Make
yeah,
kind of a pro strat then to just know exactly when you're gonna hit that and just sell off your
yeah,
barracks.
exactly.
Okay. Oh. Shall we find Moscow first and then just go for that straight away? Or you want to take that?
Nah, just attack them.
Just attack them right now.
Break trading.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh.
Oh, we got a Verul.
Yes, true. I forgot about this. I forgot about
That
this.
is great. The game is like, nope, ain't doing it. Man, you're now a peaceful empire.
Isn't that great?
Great.
Also,
Good job, Shannon.
also have a little look at the we're overruled by the Senate.
Yeah. A much better job of a Senate than modern day Senate in the United States.
Yeah, so it is literally referring to the U.S. Senate here.
Yes,
Because,
literally, yeah.
It's not there's every democracy has a Senate to begin with. It's also kind of a thing, right? To have a Senate. It's like just have a like a council or whatever, just like a parliament. Oh yeah, Senate or whatever.
Senate.
And then yeah, and that's particularly what the Senate does in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
So okay, so apparently, Colonel Sanders over here says that we shouldn't.
That we shouldn't, and we won't. Then
No,
in that case,
in that case, forget about this idea that we had.
okay, Senate. Okay.
Okay, the armor.
Let's
gets
get back to the Aztec front because it might be needed there.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Not where we're gonna survive it because they're just gonna bomb the ass out of everything with nuclear weapons. All right. So make sure you get to have an aqueduct because you need to grow people.
I mean, the Senate could refer to the Dutch Senate as well, right?
Sometimes the Eerste Kamer is referred to as the Senate.
Yeah.
But the
But nobody's calling it in the Netherlands, I guess.
No. I mean, it in the newspaper sometimes they do that to sort of just change the name of it because they don't want to write Eerste Kamer the whole time. But
yeah,
nobody really refers to it as a Senate.
Okay.
This is interesting.
This is interesting.
Okay.
Hold.
Nineveh, you also go to Paris. Funds are running low.
Yeah, they are because we just built the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Imagine if the Russians attack us, we will be like, fuck you, Senate.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that. It's like all the
Look
way
at
in the
this.
back. It's all the way in the
Yes,
back.
nice.
Let's have a little look at it. I mean, it's pretty good now. It's like, what's that thing there in the back?
Yeah.
I guess they had to because where else are you gonna
What
place
else?
this?
Yeah, what else?
Nice.
It looks nice.
It does look nice, and it does mean we have free power.
Free power.
Let's read it. Let's read up on the command encyclopedia. Work with me on the Hoover Dam. Where are you? There you are. For centuries, mankind has been harnessing the power of rushing water to power water wheels. But more recently, water was found useful for generating electricity. To derive power from rivers, dams were built to assure a dependable supply of water. Then the overflow was released through special chambers where the moving water turned giant turbines, generating electricity. The Hoover Dam was one of the earliest hydroelectric dams, taming the Colorado River to bring electricity to the deserts of Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that yeah.
Sounds about correct.
Sounds about correct. I don't really know the history of Hoover Dams, but of Hoover Dam I know a little bit about it, but don't know if it's one of the earliest, they say.
Yeah.
To all cities on the continent. Now the question really is, what are all cities on the continent? This always has escaped me a little bit. Like,
So apparently it was renamed.
oh,
So it says here, construction on Boulder Dam, a hydroelectric project built across the Colorado River, began during Herbert Hoover's administration in 1930. Standing over 700 feet tall in the midst of Black Canyon, near Las Vegas, Nevada, the dam generates about 1.5 million kilowatts of electricity when running at full capacity. It was renamed Hoover Dam in 1947 in honor of President Hoover. The upside to hydroelectric power is the fact that it is a clean and efficient way of generating electricity. The downside to this type of energy harvesting, is that it requires special sites. As noted, blah, blah, blah. It only allows you to build hydroelectric plants near rivers or mountains, simulating the fact that most of the potentially valuable sites for hydroelectric plants have already been exploited. The best news is that once you've built it, you never have to build any other energy source on the continent where it is located. The game assumes that the presence of the wonder will keep your civilization from using more heavily polluting sources of energy. So the presence of the Hoover Dam wonder will reduce your civilization's industrial pollution by 50%.
Yeah. It's hands down one of the best wonders if you don't want to deal with sending your settlers to do pollution.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
Yay. People are finally happy with us again.
Yeah.
Let's go for that's symmetry. Look at it. Hey, in fact they're different. They're different models.
No, they're not.
Are they not?
Oh, they're holding different shields, I think.
But they seem a bit. No, but the shade of them is actually different. You see?
Yeah, I see that there are differences, but I don't think they are different.
You know, but they're mimicking the sunlight. That's neatly done. That's neatly done. So it's not just like a mirroring of it.
No, it's not a mirroring of it, because you see also the shades on the bottom and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean that they could still have. I'm thinking they still could gotten away with just the same asset, the same sprite, basically.
But they didn't.
Russians developed the wheel. Bum bum bum.
Good job.
Good job, Russians.
Good Russians.
Oof. Okay.
God builds product.
That is neat. I can't. So the real issue that we still have right now is that we
It is everything really.
Well, no. So we're kind of primed for let me double check it. In fact, where we're building Apollo program. So
yeah, we need to build the Apollo program, right?
Yeah, we need to build it, but I think we're already building it somewhere.
No, we're building the SETI program somewhere, right?
Yeah, so let's check, because otherwise Akkad is in fact a good place to build the Apollo program. So let's have a little look at now we're out of immediate crisis mode. We can, not that there's no crisis, but so Babylon is building a factory at the moment. So I could build that.
So it says here, playing tip. You will want to build the Apollo program when facing one of two situations, which may be intertwined. First, if you're having trouble finding the last couple of outposts of an enemy civilization you're trying to destroy, or if you're not far from conquering the entire world and want to make sure you've conquered all of the rival cities. Second, if you believe that you have a significant technological lead over the computer opponents, you can exploit that lead by inaugurating the Apollo program so that you can already have your space arc launched before they even start building theirs.
Yeah, well, we don't have that technological lead.
Yeah.
So, but we could try and get that technological lead in 20 turns, because I'm changing this to Shanghai will now go for the Apollo program.
Yeah.
So one thing, we don't have the technological lead. So what we would have to do now, if we want to be super smart, we have to make sure that whatever advances we choose now will lead directly to that technology.
Yeah, because all civilizations with the technology may begin to build their space arcs, and all cities on the map are revealed to this wonder's owner. So that's good, because all of a sudden we'll see everything.
Yeah, since we're not going to go for conquest anyway, it's
Yeah.
not a big deal, but it's kind of good maybe if we ever want to strike directly at Moscow or
Yeah.
So I think production wise we're doing quite all right.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be nice to start seeing the space arc and like the progress that you
Yeah,
make.
so in 20 turns I'm building it in Shanghai right now. So unfortunately our money situation is still a bit tight. But
so there's an interesting thing with the space arc, because in the image of the space arc, it says the name of the civilization and spaceship. So Chinese spaceship and like whatever. And then it also abbreviates it. And the abbreviation is the first letter of the civilization and then SS, standing for spaceship, right? So for the Aztec, it actually is called As Montezuma.
Well, you know what? That's correct. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Hey, and for the Chinese, then it will be the CSS.
It's gonna be the CSS. Yeah, CSS.
The cascading style sheet. Mao.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. Okay, we finally discovered the secret of flight, Ares.
Which is good, because we want to go to
We want to go to the stars.
Alpha Centauri. Yeah.
Sustained self-powered motion through the air, or flight.
Pasco is rejoicing.
Yeah, okay. Yay, flight. Has tantalized humans since the dawn of time. Despite many experiments and attempts at flying, it wasn't until the development of the internal combustion engine that the laws of physics could be made to work for man's quest. Just after the turn of the 20th century, Orville and Wilbur Wright made the first 4 controlled sustained flights at Kitty Hawk NC. Kitty Hawk NC? What? NC? What?
I don't know what is NC.
NC?
I don't know what's NC. What? I'm gonna look it up.
The technology of flight advanced rapidly. Within a relatively few years, aircraft were circling the globe, safely delivering passengers and mail at the record.
North Carolina. Kitty Hawk, North
Carolina. Of course, North Carolina. So interesting. Sustained self-powered motion through the air. So are balloons not technically flight then?
We're waiting for the expert.
Yeah. Sustained self-powered motion through the air. So a balloon is not flight then.
They are lighter than air. Maybe.
Yeah, I know that the balloon is lighter than air, but is it still not called flight then? Is this also like the definition of flight? We can crutch me on the definition of flight, or Pasco crutch me. It's gonna happen. One of the two.
Pasco says they are defining flight as heavier than air flight. Also, balloons are not powered.
Okay.
They
not
just go with the flow.
okay.
They're more floating than
Very
flying.
good. Very good.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah. Also, what the fuck is this person like?
It's Batman, man.
Yeah, well, what the fuck? It looks
It's
like a
it's Da
glider,
Vinci's.
right?
It's Da Vinci's. It's a take on Da Vinci's. Whatever.
It's a
you
weird
call it.
take on it. Yeah, it looks like Nazgul to me.
Yes, it's it's if Da Vinci sort of visited your nightmares.
Yeah.
So, okay, well we have fighter units now.
The definition of flight they have here is needlessly narrow. Look, Pasco, the only definition of flight that I know is that you have to throw yourself to the ground and miss. That's the definition of flight I know.
So it's either Da Vinci drawing or it's Otto Lilienthal. Pray tell, who is Otto Lilienthal?
Whom they don't credit or consider to be flight, apparently.
Otto Lilienthal. I'm gonna learn something new today. Don't wiki crutch me because I want to be Pasco crutched here.
Pasco crutched.
All right. Plastics. Yes, plastics.
I'm just sad that my Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference went unnoticed.
Oh, sorry, my friend. Okay. Yes, plastics.
No, advanced flights. We need advanced flights.
No. But we also need plastics for the SS components.
Okay. German guy who created what we would now call hand gliders. I see.
Oh, nice.
Second half of the 19th century. Oh, Pasco noticed. Thank you, Pasco.
Cure for cancer. It's gonna give us happy citizens. That's gonna be not.
Yeah, but I don't think we want to do this. Do we? Do we need it?
Yeah, the thing is, we could bump down our luxury rate.
Okay.
So, and it's also Qingdao, right? If Qingdao manages to make it before, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Right, it would be kind of neat. Qingdao, like our little enclave in the middle of Siberia, just finds a cure for cancer. The little city that could.
It's like our foundation.
Yeah,
that's created at the edge of the.
You know
of
what's
the
gonna
universe.
happen, right? The Aztec
No.
are just gonna nuclear missile the shit out of Qingdao.
Yeah. But died when he broke his leg in a landing accident. So how did he die? By breaking his leg? The Wright brothers knew of his work and were inspired by it.
Nice. Okay. You, my friend, you desperately need city walls. And you need a lot, but you definitely need city walls.
Oh, infection. I see. That is really unfortunate.
That is really unfortunate. So, look at all these mother effers just hanging out here. Okay, Paris. Oof, count.
Ooh. Paris has to wait.
Paris has to wait, yeah, for sure.
I mean, Paris has to wait, like, in general. Paris has to wait the next war.
Yes, I wouldn't want to live in Paris in our game. Okay, Akkad is actually, in fact, still producing the... What is useful here? What is useful? Maybe just cathedral? Yeah. Okay. The wealthiest, well, that's... We are not very wealthy at all.
No.
Oh,
no, we're not.
It sticks in my craw that the Aztec have Bordeaux. It just sticks in my craw, my friend.
Yeah, but we really don't want to fight now anymore.
No. We just want to hunker down and build that thing.
And build that space ark.
Yes, build it. And the good thing is we do have a couple of cities that have like very nice high production.
Yeah.
So it could happen is all I'm saying.
It could happen.
Things have to align very, very, very nicely, but it could happen.
Barracks has become obsolete, but we can still build them. What the fuck?
existing ones have become obsolete.
Yeah.
So we can build a new one now.
Yeah.
First, let's go.
No, we
for
don't care
bank.
about it now. We just want production.
Yep. Now it's a bank. That's neat.
It's a bank.
It's a bank. I thought it's a mine, but no, you threw me
Oh.
for a loop there. Okay.
Hmm.
So at some point we also want to start just replacing all of our phalanx, but I do want to do that with mechanized infantry, of course.
Yeah.
Look at those Russians. Those sneaky Russians. Oh,
Very good.
Tsingtao should actually get an aqueduct instead of...
Instead of curing cancer.
First play the game, Tsingtao, then cure cancer. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? We were still curing cancer.
Yeah, we're still curing cancer. We're on it now. It's happening.
Yeah, I mean, quickly, we could have a little look. Aqueduct, only 3 turns. After that, we can still cure cancer. Then at least it can still grow, because this city has growth potential. Now that irrigation is finally unlocked there. Okay, Rouen. We're coming, Rouen. We're connecting you.
We are.
Look at all these Russians. They're planning something. As the eye defense.
Superconductor.
They're more or less done with with all the tech. The superconductor is one of the last advances.
Yeah.
Lyon builds an aqueduct, so that's nice, Lyon. Now go build stuff like you don't even have a marketplace. Build a marketplace, I guess.
I guess.
Keep us rich.
Yeah, we're gonna need the money for sure.
Yep. Builds aqueduct. Okay, Nineveh. Well, like you don't have anything, Nineveh. You don't even have a granary. Oh wow, that's no clue. Wow, we've been really. Not
Yeah,
that
we've
good
been
yet.
occupied in Nineveh with building units constantly because of
Yeah.
the war efforts.
Yes.
We're going fast with these technologies, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
I like how plastics is just garbage and some bottles and some pipes.
It's like bottles and then some pipes and then most of it is just shit.
Just garbage. Which
Just
I'm sure the game just means plastic bags, but it's just garbage.
It is garbage. All right, let's see what sort of high tech. One of the spin-offs of research in the refining of oil was the discovery of plastics, organic compounds that can be molded under heat and pressure. Plastics appear to be wonders of the industrial age. That's not really an industrial age anymore, I think.
Yeah.
And were found to be cheap and sturdy substitutes for more traditional materials in all manner. What? You know what? All this plastic. Wiki crutch me on that. I want to know. All this plastic. And were found to be cheap and sturdy substitutes for more traditional materials in all manner of uses. But the widespread use of plastics led to environmental problems because the material does not decay. There you go. Disposal by it. Yeah.
First fully synthetic plastic was Bakelite, invented in New York, 1907.
It's not the industrial age anymore.
Is
right?
it?
I mean, who knows what the definition of this game is for industrial age. But
yeah.
Disposal by incineration was complicated because it melts, clogs equipment, and may give off harmful fumes. Hey man, here this is really the balanced thing that I'm looking for, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, it's this, but it also does this. So this is actually, I'm not probably from the technological point of view, it's completely like, but it could have been a bit more historical as well, But
yeah.
Okay. So I think that robotics are.
We definitely need robotics, like 100%. We need robotics for the modules.
Yes. And I think we have the components, we have the modules, and we have the structure.
So for the components, we need plastics. For the modules, we need robotics. For the structures, we need spaceflight.
Oh, space. Well, we already have spaceflight.
Do we?
Yeah.
Then that's the last part that we need.
Yeah. So
robotics is the last thing.
So
Are you sure we have spaceflight?
Yeah. I'm quite
Did
sure.
we steal it?
Yeah, we stole it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we otherwise we would not be. Let's see in this long list of stuff. I don't know why some of them are white. Maybe it's because that we were the first ones to find it or something. I don't know.
These are the ones that we have, right?
Yeah. These are the ones that we have. Yeah.
Oh, we do have spaceflight. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
So who knows?
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I think they're still gonna do something absolutely horrible to us. But how are we with the money situation? Okay, Armor, you're just gonna get back into Paris. I'm done grandstanding here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have nicely connected up a lot of our units now. So now it's time to make sure that they can also at some point reach Paris. That needs to be connected. So then, wherever we have armor stationed in this part of the world, it becomes we can just get there in one turn. So that is good.
Pasco says from a tech point of view, this is pretty okay. They even correctly call it organic.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Yeah. Interesting. I hadn't expected that to be.
Plastics to be the correct one.
Yeah. But those Russians are like, shall we do it? Shall we not do it? Shall we do it?
They really want to do it, but then they're like, we're gonna lose if we do it. But I really want to do it.
I really want to do it. Okay, Nanking builds a bank. That is nice, Nanking. Okay, what else do you need to do over here? They're gonna be churning out some neat SS structurals and things like that. So let's maybe go for maybe an armor. Let's just build some armor here so we can in fact defend or
Yeah.
I know that's already late in the evening, but want to continue for like 15 more minutes?
We can.
Yeah.
We have to say goodbye to Pasco.
Oh, all right, sir. Well, you can catch the last 15 more minutes on YouTube, for example, or not. Maybe nothing exciting will happen. Maybe we will be done after 15 minutes because all of our cities have been burned to ash by Aztec forces. You never know.
You never know.
All right. Bye.
A lot of things happen in 15 minutes.
They do. Should I build here? Now I guess we're gonna also go for armor. Yeah. Akkad has some failings somewhere out there. Tsingtao builds aqueduct. That's nice. Tsingtao. Now, cure for cancer time. Okay, that's good. Baking, but you can stop now. Guess a cathedral will work. Let's change your capital to Babylon.
Yeah, probably.
Because I feel that it's
and
better.
Let's
it's
maybe
better
sell
defend. Sorry.
And sell the palace as well.
Yeah, we're gonna sell the palace, and then we're gonna just the turn before we get it in Babylon. We're just gonna.
Yeah.
Because Babylon is much more defensible than Peking.
Yeah, and also much bigger, and that's gonna be relevant, right?
How?
Where don't we build the space shark in like our capital, or is it just?
Yeah, no, no. It's built. You can build it from everywhere.
Okay.
Okay. That's nice. A battleship. That's very good, in fact. Build some more armor. Oh, yeah, bastards. Shite. Well, it doesn't really matter that much. Prisoner all cities by well, there now most. What?
Was,
This would
well,
have been one of those moments where if I would have been safe scumming, I would have just gone back and just bought that thing. I would have just sold everything.
yeah, to just buy it. Yeah.
Wow.
We got Apollo program on turn.
Well, you know what? Wait. Let's have a little look. Sure, you have robotics, I know. Okay, let's have a little look. How far along is the Apollo program?
How far?
Not super far along. You know what? Shall we just limp to the end of this playthrough and just build the Apollo program in Canton?
Because it requires only one turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. But we don't have robotics yet, right? But
We don't have robotics yet, no. I know.
and we're getting the cure for cancer there then.
Yeah, and then sorry Tsingtao, but you get to do something else fun. Like, I don't know. Make a cathedral.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but the thing, so we don't need to build all the modules just yet.
No, they need to be constructed like
Yeah.
gradually, right?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, we have to read up on this actually because I don't really remember the.
So
you
they
build a lot of structure. I think that's it.
So spaceship. It says here spaceship modules. I'm in this the wiki thing. Spaceship modules require the technology of robotics and cost 320 resources each to build. They exist in 3 types: habitation, life support, and sonar panels. When a module is completed, you choose which type to add to your ship.
Okay, man. Hey, maybe we didn't start the search for extraterrestrial life, but
at least
we did build the Apollo program.
Yeah, that is something.
Okay. So
start the components.
Yes, structurals first, I think. But
it does. We can run the two at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. We're now gonna just Whoop.
There are two kinds of components: propulsion and fuel. When a component has been completed, you choose which type which type has been built. All right.
Oh. What? Look at what they've been doing. These French.
Look at that. They're so close by. They've littered the place with cities. We were like, where are the cities? Where are the cities? They are literally in
look
between
at the
our
French.
cities.
Yes.
They're between Tsingtao and Peking.
Well.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, look at them.
This is what I was talking about when it comes to the they just never had any wars here.
Yeah, so they
were just only growing.
Yeah.
Interestingly, because if the Aztec and the US are on the same map together,
yeah,
I mean the Aztec almost always just kick it because early on even because Tenochtitlan is just
it's such a poor location.
Just I guess like Beijing, which I didn't really know. I didn't realize that Peking was such a poor location that just doesn't really grow any more than this. So I mean we made it even more poor because Shanghai is too close, but still it's just not a good.
It would have been poor. So anyway, we have to move the capital and sell the palace.
Yeah, for sure. Babylon is just now. Well, first the factory.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
because
yeah.
we need the building speed in Babylon for sure. And okay, let's have a little look at where.
There.
Okay, so
That's where the loss.
this is just
Yeah, whatever.
not really. This is really not worth capturing at this moment. Is what I'm trying to say. Is because
No.
if Moscow was like at like a 10 or 11 city, then
Yeah, then maybe, but not now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's another thing of this map. We haven't really explored Africa, but it you know what would actually, there we go again. What would be an interesting thing to do is to count how many of these extra fertile tiles you have in Africa.
Yeah.
So such as these.
Yeah. And also something else that is interesting is that the construction of cities in Africa is a little bit random, right? But if you look at North America, they seem to be all aligned, the cities.
Yeah.
Look at this. They're in the same line. Look at this. Look at the perfect. But like that's just it's relatively poor map design, right?
Yeah, I think they never really went for great map design with the world.
No.
Or
But like if you can do this to create these cities at such a close proximity with so much like fertile possibilities.
I kind of wonder because oops, we're having a look at our palace. I misclicked.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if here's just a crazy idea because we would never know because unfortunately we cannot inspect even all these years later the source code for Civilization 1, which you would be able to look at what's happening here. Could it be the case? This is just like
yeah, this is just speculation
that this sort of spaced city building works in the States, in the North America.
Yeah, but it actually doesn't work somewhere else.
It doesn't work somewhere else because there's no real reason why you could not do this in Africa. Or maybe it just works for the Aztec.
I don't think it would just work for it would be interesting to see if like we had the US instead of the Aztec, if they would do the same building.
I wonder. But yeah, they I mean, if you just look at this, right? They've got us beat. Because now we're gonna go into a building spree, and they're gonna build, as fast. So the only thing that we could still mount is some sort of absolutely like last ditch effort.
I think, yeah.
To of course we have to build it ourselves, but then we could still try and take their capital.
How?
With like a fleet of carriers and or in fact even throw a nuclear bomb on it, get all the units out of there, and then just take it. Because if they lose their capital, they can complete their structure, their ass. They cannot complete their ass if they don't have their capital.
True.
But that said, let's first focus on.
I don't know. I think the other option for us is to start to just at some point sell enough things and just make it happen in like a couple of turns.
Selling there, these things are too many shields, so selling is not gonna do it, I think. But
it's 320 per module and 160 per component, and 80 for a structure.
Okay. I have to say, even if we are losing this game, I mean, of course, this looks horrible. I don't think I have ever had quite that many palace improvements.
Yeah, it's
It's
going
it's
quite
it's it's
nuts.
yeah, it's kind quite nuts indeed. Oh
Uh,
yeah, oh yeah, they're going for it again.
all right.
So
Are
Babylon
we
builds
ready
a
to move the
factory.
capital?
All right, we are ready. So 7 turns for that. It's
Okay.
expensive, but probably worth it. Okay. Paris desperately needs city walls. Okay. Oh, your Hangzhou never was really a good city in for production, but you just built some SS structurals.
Let's see if this works out. This is gonna be close.
It's gonna be very close, but we won't find out until maybe even one stream down. Well, once.
Nah, I think next stream
Yeah,
we
I
witness
think
the
so.
conclusion of this game.
Yes, I think so. Okay. Okay. So I guess you get to hang out here in your hometown. Boom. You also get to hang out in your hometown, and you're now gonna build us some components.
Cool.
Or in fact, we don't really need that many components. It's just gonna increase our score.
And the success rate.
Is
I
it?
guess. Well,
Yes.
what components do, because it's like the propulsion and fuel components, I think
It's gonna speed up how fast we get
it's
there.
gonna speed it up, yeah.
Yeah, so we do need components.
We do need some, yeah.
Okay, yeah, quite a couple because we want to get this thing done quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like an example of a very high success rate is one habitation, one life support, and one solar panel, 2 propulsions and 2 fuels, and 27 structurals. That's 95% success rate.
Okay.
That's like,
That's good. But here we have
like for it to
here
success.
we
Yeah.
have, my friend, the ass. Ass
There's the ass.
There's the ass.
There's the ass. Ass Montezuma. Where the CSS? Or we can't see it yet because we don't have the plastics.
We don't have the. No, it's not that. It's that we haven't built our first component, so they're
It's because
as
we have that thing.
expected. They're ahead of us.
Yeah.
Oh, Paris.
Oh dear. It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
Whoa! Are there
Oh.
4, 5 armors?
Yeah. It's happening. It's happening.
Hey, we got the robotics.
Oh, that's good. Now at least we can build everything that we need to build.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything particular tickles your fancy?
No.
No, advanced flight probably then. Okay. Oh, I still can't buy it. Wow. Just look at it. Just look at it. It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, yes.
Oh, well.
The ridiculousness is real.
We should. This will teach you people if you wanna win a game on the real world
Yeah.
on Earth, then make sure that America is well, don't get into a protected. No, we more or less done everything correctly from where we were starting.
Yeah, we did. We did. Like we could have done a few things better in terms of like positioning of cities and
Yeah,
and min-maxing a few more things.
Yeah.
Like we definitely did not do everything correctly.
not everything. No, but I mean, there were no major f-ups.
No, but we're on the same like not on the
Flash
same footing.
forward, flash forward the screen. the stream. Like,
Yeah.
I can just see it flashing in like somebody that's hightailing it through YouTube, and like,
A Renaissance imminent, scholars claim.
well, that
What?
would be nice. That would
That
be
would be
nice.
nice,
So,
yeah.
but we have built. So there we have it. Let's move the the wiki crutch button for a bit, because we do want to have a little look at the glory that is
The CSS.
the CSS, the cascading style sheet. Where are you? Oh, there you are. All right, right now. We're one turn behind the Aztec.
Yeah, which is okay.
Right now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Canton, go for an SS module. Why are you all of a sudden so slow?
Why are you so slow?
Oh, they were never really quick to begin with. So a manufacturing plant might cut it. You know,
Might do it, yeah.
Yeah, it's very expensive. We can't pay for it yet. All right. Tsingtao builds SS components, so that is good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It doesn't really matter. So you have to remind me of the exact ratio, because here I want to do a bit of power play. I knew this, so the 95% success rate. I knew
Yeah,
this.
we need two propulsion, 2 fuels.
Yeah, okay. So that needs to still be connected up, but you know, it's there. At least it's there. Okay, so you build another component in Tsingtao.
Yeah, the connections is the real like difficult thing.
Yeah,
I guess.
that's the structurals, huh?
Yeah, that's the structurals, yeah. Because a component that is not connected, it just doesn't work.
Doesn't work, yeah. No, for sure.
Which makes sense, you know?
Yeah, it does. It does. It certainly does.
Yeah.
Oh, Chenxing built some marketplace, so nice. You just build a bank. Keep us solvent. Okay. And in the end, it is saying something that I'm still playing this game now. I could also be playing The Last of Us 2, but I'm still having fun.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just look at it.
Just look at it.
Okay, that's nice, because that means we're not we're not connected up. I thought we would be, but whatever.
But it connects it randomly, right? Or how?
Does it? Oh, I don't.
Right?
I don't remember. I don't remember randomly, but maybe that's just.
No, I think we need. What do we need?
Oh, that's a good question. What do we need?
Oh, I think what we need is like the second. We're ahead. The second propulsion or whatever.
Oh, they're first building the structurals. Yeah, probably the second. Oh, we need the propulsion. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. They're like, we're gonna build a skeleton.
Yes.
But that's not necessarily bad for us, because we really just can buy a lot of them.
Look at that. They've got a bomber at. Yeah, no, it's not too bad at all.
Yeah, so there we need. That's why we needed to. We're missing the fuel.
Yeah, we're gonna get the fuel in, but we are gonna build some more structurals now. Look, they've got a freaking bomber over here.
Just attack the Russians.
Yes. That would be neat, wouldn't it?
That would be something, yeah.
I can't even get to my own Paris. I just cannot get there. Like, no, not allowed. You're just not allowed to go to Paris. You're not allowed, in fact, to go anywhere.
Yeah, that is Cold War.
That is, yes. Oh, we're also, for some reason, there's a lot of pollution going on. Probably somewhere over here. We can't see it, but
yeah, it's definitely not us.
No, we have this thing, and that's it in terms of pollution. I think.
But that does cost them a little bit, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. If they go into meltdown,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That might be something that's going well for us. Maybe.
Just grasping at straws here.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they are more or less churning out more or less
structurals.
structurals every like 2 or 3 a turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We got the stealth fighter.
We got the stealth fighter. So this then would work, right? If we just you know what? Let's go for rocketry or superconductor. What did
Yeah,
superconductor
let's
do
do
again?
superconductor.
Oh, SDI. Oh, yes, SDI defense. Yes, that's actually important. Actually,
Yeah. Yep.
still doing
Component.
it. Okay, so that's we need a fuel because that's propulsion.
Yeah.
So now we have fuel.
There you go. Now it's connected.
Yeah.
And now we need another set of that.
Okay, well, let's make that work.
Don't you have to start the new one there or not yet?
No, it's we're working on that.
There we go. Go on, ciao.
Good.
Looks like something.
So let's build a mod. Oof. Let's keep on building structurals here then. Wait, did Sumer churn out another battleship? Oh no. They're like, there's something happening right in front of our
I think we don't have to build that many structurals. I mean, it might lower
How
a
many
little bit.
structurals do we need to
So to go for the 95% success, we need the 27 structurals. But from the image that I see here, some of these structurals are just useless.
No, because later you will have to build modules and they have to be like completely encapsulated. So it will be
Yeah, but still, anyway, I'm not sure.
I mean, all of this is a moot point because we are just gonna be like ramrodded by these.
Because like I see one with 97% success rate.
Yeah.
That has a completely different setup
Could be.
with way less.
So far,
It has more fuels, but it has less less structural. So it's not necessarily that particular example that we have to go for.
Okay.
Right.
Well done, God. So propulsion.
Yeah, just build the extra propulsion fuel, just so we're done with that.
Okay, let's double check that we're not gonna build too many components then now.
No, we're never building too many components. Because like the things in the back are still not working.
Palace is one more turn. Yeah, one more turn.
Yeah, sell our old palace quickly.
I'm just gonna, for our interest, I'm gonna save the game because I don't want to hit anarchy or something when this, because I've never done this. So.
All right.
Boom. All right. Sell our old palace. Let's see. Ah, that's 200 cool coins.
Yes, screw the cathedral, just build.
Yes, build something useful.
Build a structural.
Or a
module. Okay. We need somewhere with high production to build the modules.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking, build a structure. Oh, no, that's a pity. That's a pity. We're not doing that. We were going to build a component here.
Okay.
And then
Canton.
That is actually a manufacturing plant. Interesting.
What is Shanghai building?
The cure for cancer. You know what? Sorry, cure for cancer.
Yeah, let's do the module.
How? That is rough, man. It's like
that was rough.
So, shall we double down on three components? So sort of like a 3 propulsion and fuel setup system.
No, I think that might be a little bit too much.
You sure?
Yeah, I think making sure that we have all 3 modules.
Okay, then let's change this into a module. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Canton is a nice time for sure. That worked out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out there. Babylon.
I think it's a good time to wrap it up. Otherwise, we're
Yes.
just gonna finish the game
Yeah.
now.
Like now.
I
Chinese
mean, we would need a
capital
couple of
moved
hours
to
still, probably,
Babylon.
but
Yeah. So that's nice. We are
yeah.
now working in Babylon. That's
Module.
Yeah, module.
Build a
Yeah,
module,
manufacturing plant is gonna speed things up even more, but
yeah, but
okay. So doesn't really matter, right? Habitation first. Launch!
mother.
Make it.
We just need all of them.
Make it happen. Let's launch. Whee!
140 years flight time. Wow. All right.
Okay. Shanghai, how much more for another module? Let's build a structure here.
Yeah.
But that's one of the ways that we could defeat the Aztec is
Mhm.
with more propulsion and more fuel, because that's how the flight time is going to go down.
Yeah, I think you don't need more propulsion. I think we will need the more fuel.
For getting our flight time down.
Yeah, I think I might be wrong, but
Yeah, I think that's not how I remember it. Let's put it like that. No, they're now slowly reaching towards towards there. All right, let's start wrapping. Because we could go for one more turn, and one more turn, and
like
one more
this
turn.
is
Okay.
just happening.
Fuel.
Fuel, yeah, go do it. Nice.
Okay. So we say we don't need more components. That's what we said, right? You sure? You sure?
I think it's important to get the
I think we want to outrace them.
Okay.
So I
build
think
one more then.
yeah. One
The
more
thing
set.
is that the one more set will be created in a different
Spot.
In a different spot that will also have to be encapsulated.
Connected.
Yeah, eventually. So that's the only problem I see. But
that's true. All right, let me save the game. Whoop.
Yeah.
We're still in it.
We're still in it. We're in it to win it.
to win it, maybe not, but
we're in it to.
We are in the glorious era of 1889. So we've been doing not too bad, in fact, for the techs.
No.
We're way ahead, and you get points for this in civilization as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not doing too bad. It's just that the Aztec were just doing a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. More, and probably the end of it next week. All right. The end of another season.
That was a long stream.
One more turn. This is a long stream, but we just wanted to. We want to start wrapping this up as well. This one more turn season, because there are a couple of other games on the horizon that we would want to check out. And in a way, we have our alternative one more turn stream on the Thursday now, which is
on
Old World, and that's gonna continue, and I can see us playing that for quite a while still.
For sure.
So because the Mediterranean map has just, I mean, it was already out, but it has been officially sort of announced as an update. So even if we're done with our game in Old World, then we will probably play the Mediterranean map, or maybe
play another game,
or just one more turn, but then in another game. All right. That's it for us from now. If you've been watching this on YouTube, you're an absolute champ. Why are you watching all of this on YouTube? We love you. We love you, future person. Say hi to us. If you actually see this bit of the video, like 2.5 hours in, you're a champ. Absolutely. And I hope you stay healthy, and I hope you stay safe, and I hope you stay happy. Bye.